What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at Rockets Persian EX. This card is one of the funnier cards to come out of the Rocket set. And when I say funny, well, let's just take a look at the attack. It's a stage 1 260 HP colorless Pokemon that has the attack Arrogant Order for 2 colorless energies. Your opponent reveals the top 10 cards of their deck, and then you choose an attack from a Pokemon you find there, and they shuffle their cards back into their deck, which means you don't know how much damage you're doing with Persian, or if you're even doing damage. They can flip over 10 cards that aren't a Pokemon, and you're like, all right, cool, your turn, which is kind of funny. Then you have Cruel Slash, which is 140, and they're confused, but 3 energy is such a steep cost for that. There's a Rocket's Meowth as well. The 70 HP basic can be searched by Apophis, and has Catnap. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand, and they shuffle it back into their deck. Looks like this catty strategy revolves around shuffling your opponent's cards back into their deck, and just using their Pokemon to your advantage. There's also the Rocket Sneasel with Hit the Wound to do 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It already has a damage counter for each damage counter on it. So we're basically just stacking up on that. We're going to take a look at a deck list and some gameplay here on the Japanese YouTube channel. Check out their link in the description as well. For this original video, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'm going to cover every of these new decks coming out before we jump into them, so you guys get a little bit of a taste of what these decks are supposed to look like. They're not supposed to be an accurate portrayal of a perfect 60 or whatever. It's just a cool little anecdote to how they should be playing out, and then I'll leave your imaginations to figure it out from there. Oh, I missed the list already. I scrolled way too far. Let's take a look at the list here. We see the 3/3 Persian line, the Mimikyu as well to copy any of the Gemstone Pokemon. We have a very thin Noctowl line, but I guess the Fanrodom does get out the Meowths as well. I'm surprised there's not more Buddy Poffins in here, because I guess you can Poffin out the Mimikyu later in the game as well. I do like the 4 Nest Balls. It makes a lot of sense to me. 2 Noctowl is so thin. 2 Squawkabilly, so we're just trying to get through our deck pretty quickly. There's 4 copies of Judge, 2 copies of Salvatore. So we're just trying to get to turn 1 Salvatore Persian, use the Rocket's energy, and just steal stuff out of our opponent's hand. Then we have the Grass Energies and E-Switches to, I guess, power it up as well. I'm a little bit... It's unique. There's a Call Bell as well to get a supporter on turn 1. So that's 2 extra outs to Salvatore, as well as Secret Box, another out to Salvatore, and the Rescue Board in the Stadium. A very unique build. I'm not entirely sure what it's trying to accomplish, but I guess we'll just jump right into the gameplay and see how it goes from here. We're up against Dragapult, it looks like. Let's just get the ball rolling and make sure this is on 2x speed. We have the Meowth in the active, and the Pheasantipity in the... Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and copy the Pheasantipity. Okay, so cool. Pheasantipity pass. So we can't actually donk based on anything in Dragapult's deck, I think, but there is a chance we could do something. We have an Ultra Ball here, getting rid of the Sneasel and the Sneasel and the E-Switch. So now we're just looking for probably a way to get to Salvatore. There's a Squawkabilly. I guess we're just so all in on this turn 1 strategy. There's the Call Bell for the Salvatore. We're going to use the Salvatore on turn 1. Bang, bang, getting our Persian out up and running. Already the strategy is unlocked. Like I can already tell this deck is not going to be competitively viable whatsoever, but it's like a really funny deck, because like it's like your opponents are just like, oh no, my like powerful Pokemon can no longer be used. We're gonna Squawkabilly away a bunch of supporters. No Judge, nothing on turn 1. We're looking for the Rocket's energy here, or E-Switch plus Ogerpon. Something to keep the chains moving. We see the Nest Ball probably getting us the Ogerpon here. Makes a lot of sense. Unlocks our strategies for the Owls. A Fanrodom also is like completely fine here, because we can actually set up behind the Fanrodom. We would just miss an attack. I mean, the Dragapult player didn't do anything, so it's like we can't be too greedy in this situation. We're gonna get rid of the Meowth, so this hand must be like pretty good in terms of what we can and can't get rid of here. I think they were debating between Ultra Ball and a Meowth there to discard. We're gonna go ahead and use the Teal Dance ability here. Seeing a card. This is the Rocket's energy. Yeah, they're showing the camera the Rocket's energy. The top deck is crazy. You guys saw that wasn't stacked or anything. They just ripped it. They just raw dogged it. We're gonna bench the Hoot as well. So we have some follow up as well for the next turn. No Meowth, so if there's a return, it's not good. But obviously this Dragon Ball player has a very slow start. So we're gonna go ahead and see the 7 card or the 10 cards attack. I'm very excited to see how this goes. It's gonna be really funny. There's not a lot of like really great attacks in the Dragapult deck, so we're gonna see what we can get. I think the best case scenario is obviously the Dragapult EX. I don't think there's a world where we can donk with Dragapult. Nest Ball, nothing. Charizard. There's a Charizard in here. Dracloak. Dreepy. So we have the Bite. We have the Dragapult as well. Well, okay, we're just gonna use the Dragapult attack here and do 200 here for sure. That's crazy. Like, imagine your opponent's just like chilling, setting up. Your opponent's like, okay, yeah, I went first, got a basic down. I'm relaxing. And then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Salvatore, Rocket's Energy. Look at your top seven. Oh, you're playing Dragapult. That's crazy. Now I knocked out your active basic, and you have 6 damage counters on your bench base that you have to promote. Oh, you're gonna go into Badoo next turn. There's a chance that I'm just gonna gut your board once again with your own attack. That's actually like really crazy to think about. Obviously, like if your opponent's not playing a competitively viable deck, you're just gonna lose the game half the time. So we're gonna go ahead and see the Arven. This Charizard's like really funny too in this deck because it's like, well, now we can infinitely ramp on your damage. Defiance band and yeah, well, yeah, this is pretty funny. Of course, we're gonna get the Defiance band here. With the Poffin, I guess it's like we're not immediately losing. There's a world where we can just get double Treepy and chill this turn, or just like set up our board accordingly. They're going to get Treepy and Charmander. Apparently, we just don't care about a boss wiping out one of these two every single time. We're going to see TM Evo. We're just going to go ahead and, I guess, Evo up. This hand must be like truly terrible from the Dragapult player. Defiance to Charmander, I guess, baiting the Charmander KO every single time. Energy to Droopy, so I guess you have to pick your poison here because the Charizard can power itself up, and then the Dragapult. Yeah, so I guess we have a boss's orders. We have to pick and choose properly. I think, but I think it's always taking out the Charizard, right? Because the Charizard's the only thing that has like infinite ramp damage, technically speaking. So if we just take out the Charizard, and like if we hit another Dragapult attack here, like with boss, we can take out the Charizard, take out the Fez, and put a ton of damage counters onto the Cloak, and we're like in such a good spot from here on out. There's one boss in the discard, so we're like just looking for another boss's orders. Noctowl will be really good here, obviously, to get any card we need. How long does this game go? This video is quite long. We're gonna see. I'm gonna scroll ahead a little bit. We're gonna see the boss's orders. There it is. It's just raw in hand. Second boss's orders. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome from that position. We're gonna go ahead and just attack. We're looking for the Dragapult here. I think the Dragapult's the best attack we could look for. Yeah, I think Dragapult's obviously the best attack we could look for. Charizard attack is fine too. I mean, if we just miss the KO here, it's like absolutely like really, really bad actually. Okay, Charmander attack so far is the best we have. Oh no. Oh no. And we missed the attack. Oh no. This is why this deck is so bad. So we're gonna do 30 damage with the Charmander attack. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Listen to play a little bit slower and like chatting it up. We're gonna see the Jacq coming out, and then both the powerful Pokemon are established here. We're gonna see the Charizard attack. We're gonna retreat into Dragapult and just start spreading damage onto the board. If we take out this Hoot Hoot, we're in actually a really good spot. So I think just putting damage onto the Hoot Hoot and probably putting it onto like Squawkabilly or not Squawkabilly. I think you should put at least one onto Hoot Hoot here. Like you need to, or like 4 is even fine because you can pressure the Noctowl the following turn. Putting 3 on the Teal Mask is weird because like that doesn't actually do anything. So putting 1 on Teal Mask makes sense, and then putting the rest onto Squawk is even better because the Squawkabilly is just something that we can take out at any point in time. Now we have no KO angle on this Dragapult. We're going to look for an Iono. We're just honestly, we need to get a Meowth in play desperately, and we're going to go ahead and I think we have to just attack again, which is really bad because we do this. Oh no, we did have a Noctowl. We're gonna go ahead and grab ourselves a Meowth, or access to a Meowth at least. So like a Nest Ball Meowth seems pretty good. We discarded a Meowth early. I don't think this. Did I see recovery in this deck when we were looking at the deck list? I actually don't remember. Let me zoom back a little bit. There's 2 Stretcher. Okay. So there is recovery in the deck to some degree. We're gonna go ahead and grab. I mean, Nest Ball is like surety, and then we're gonna go ahead and Stadium. I think I was E-Switch in hand. We're gonna go ahead and Stadium. If there's a Howlucha in this Dragapult stack, it's like so giga cooked. We're gonna go put the other one down. So now we can discard like Squawkabilly and stuff if one of our Ogerpods goes down, which I kind of like. And we're gonna go ahead and I think just have to attack. Like there's really nothing else we can do. And now like I don't know, like every attack now feels kind of bad because we didn't actually get to wipe the ward. There's a Dreepy. So we have another bite. We have 40 damage cap we can do here. We have 70 damage and a Badoo. Oh, that's so bad. I mean, I think it's just Itchy Pollen, right? Like, I think we just... No, our board is just dead anyway. We have to do 70. Like, we have no real damage. So we're going to do the Itchy Pollen. We're going to do the Itchy Pollen. In my headcanon, I'm going to think it's funnier if we did Bite. Not Bite. What's Droopy's first attack? The Droopy's first attack. In my headcanon, I think we just did Droopy's first attack. But that's, like, not even viable to do. We're going to bump the Stadium. Squawkabilly gets to... No, take out the Squawk. That's I don't know, man. I think the Squawk is a better thing to take out every single time because that's such a free prize. Like now, a Boss Swordfish just takes it out. Another GP coming out of the deck. I think it'd be kind of funny to just take out the, and we're gonna just Phantom Dive. One there. I mean, I just really think we should be loading damage onto the Squawk ability. Like the Squawk ability is such a free target. Like you probably go 1/1/4, seems completely fine, right? Like you go 1/1, or just putting 6 onto the future attacker, which is I guess also completely fine because Persian is at 260. So if you put 6 there, then the Persian when it comes up, then it immediately just becomes Phantom Diveable. We need a lot of pieces to make this work. I don't even know if we can win this game anymore. Like this is just such a bad situation for us. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit more. We're gonna Ultra Ball with I think there's a research. No, we're Ultra Balling, getting the Persian, attaching the grass. We're gonna E switch. Yep, there's the E switch and the attach. We're gonna stretch her back another Meowth. I mean, what's our best line? We basically have to hit like we're gonna board the. That's fine, I guess. I don't know. Like one of these is resilient, and we're gonna judge to 4. So we'll see. We need to like hit a Dragapult attack this turn. I think is the best case scenario. Like hitting a Dragapult attack this turn gets us to get the Fez and puts a ton of damage onto the board, which is like really nice. But I don't even think a Dragapult attack is enough to win this game because next turn once again the Dragapult attack comes down, weakens our board, and then it's tough to win this game. And then the fact is like you can't take the bench damage if you're a Terra Pokemon from Sneasel. So like Sneasel becomes significantly worse against Terra Pokemon as well. I mean the Teal Mask Gorepon can clean up the Zard, but we just need to get to that stage in the game. It's just I don't think we're gonna get to that stage in the game because this Dragapult's gonna KO us, our active at least. So I think it's once again time to. I mean, I think we're thinking about Teal Dancing. I think it's fine to just hold it, right? Like it's we don't need to do it. We're gonna go ahead and attack. Yeah, let's see the attack. Charmander attack. We get Clefairy, but doesn't do enough. Dracloak. So Clefairy's our best attack, and that's what 6, 7, 8, 160. 160 is like not nearly enough. But we can put ourselves in a position. No, we actually just don't put ourselves in a position because like this game is not just checkmated because next turn we just get Dragapult again, and if we don't get a Dragapult KO, then all of a sudden it's just the game is just over. It's the other Dragapults in the hand. I think they're showing us, and they're gonna Arven out the candy and whatever. This game is cooked actually. Let's go ahead a little bit as well. They get the Charmander out. There's a double fire. We're gonna go see Phantom Dive once again, putting the 6 on the Meowth. And this is unfortunately checkmate from the Dragapult player scenario, but I think it's very funny that this deck is like this Meowth deck, this Persian deck is so bad, but it's so funny. Like I guess like if you're at locals or something or like a challenge or a cup, this would be really fun to just like bring and like see what happens. But I just don't think I would ever bring this to a competitive tournament. Like if you guys in the not the comments, but I will do like a poll maybe, and like when challenges come back or this deck actually comes out in the summer, and like let's say in July when challenges are first out, I could build this deck and take it to a challenge if you guys like voted for it enough, or like we get to a subscriber goal or something. Or maybe I'll put like a poll on my Discord and you guys can vote on that. Secret box. There's 3 cards left in the deck, man. What are we looking for? I guess dude, 3 of our 4 rocket energies were all in the deck. That's actually a little bit ridiculous too. After drawing so many cards, there's the rocket energies. We literally have no attacks that win us. This game is literally just over. What if we play like a freshwater set or something? That would have been really funny. Or like a picnic basket. Like in this matchup specifically. That would have been really, really goofy. So let's see it. One last attack, and then the game will end. There's a Blood Moon Ursaluna. That's an attack we can use. Does that apply to us too? Like we can't use attack next turn, I guess. Clefairy again. So we just Blood Moon Ursaluna, take the 2 prize cards, and the Dragapult is knocked out. We finally took a prize after our first, like, I don't know, our broken first attack. The problem is also like every deck can now like thin out their attackers and just put them into their hand because they know that your attack is like useless if you don't do that. And if you add the cards to the bottom as well, like it's like these cards do nothing. So the Charizard is just gonna attack. That's the game. Let's take a look at the list one more time before we pack it up here. Pretty unique, pretty funny deck. I think like I could build this better for sure. I'm gonna definitely like put a poll when league challenges come back in July. I think we're gonna have break month in June once again to take this to a challenge. I think it'd be a lot of fun to let you guys vote on a challenge deck that I take. And this would be one of the options I think would be a really funny deck. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this pretty funny deck. I know it was like a little bit of a longer video that they did. I think they were streaming instead of recording. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next YouTube video of a Rockets deck Pokemon.